Hey guys, Can You Charmass here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you my best ABB team for the Fighting Cup. This is Buzzwole Double Dragon. You can replace Buzzwole with something else like Toxicroak or Sneasel if you have Sneasel, etc. Toxicroak's probably the most available one to you, or a high pressure mon like Shadow Machamp. But I have Buzzwole. I slap Buzzwole in front of here because I like Buzzwole's ability to debuff. If you lose the lead, you can literally switch it. You switch into Hakamo. The reason why Haka and Como are fantastic back rows is because Dragon Tail is the fast move brush air damage plus Dragon Claw spam equals death. In this case, Hakamo is like a super powerful safe switch because your opponent isn't likely going to throw their Hakamo into yours unless they want to lose energy lead. But this team's really strong and will create a lot of fast move win conditions for you. It's very akin to Double Charm. So it's a really easy team to run. This Shoutcast is really fast, and if you lose the lead, you say switch into Hakamo, and then Buzzwole and Como just go to town. Or you just go to town with fast move damage. Make sure, one of the things I can attest though is if you use this team, make sure you count your opponent's Dragon Tails, because I oop win conditions because I don't consciously count and I second guess myself, which cost me a win condition. So yes, make sure, plus it's only 4. It's literally 4. It's not, it's super easy to count. But yes, this team is really strong. Like I mentioned, if we send in Hakamo 9 times out of 10, it's going to be able to, double the dragons. Haka and Como just beat so many things with in the 2 shield, it's stupid. And they're just so good they're just so good. Anyways, before we get started, this is my therapist mental health tip of the day, and if you would like to skip this again, just go to the description below or just fast forward to the battles. And this is really quick. This is a problem solving package, and for Go Battle League, unfortunately, Go Battle League does piss us off and everything like that, but this is a good problem solving package. Is a really good thing. Each one of them, it's a very good stuff. It's very akin to what's used in Solutions Focused Therapy. Solutions Focused Therapy, we really use the narrative of playing to our client's strengths and then trying to figure out what we can do to help them out, or we can figure out to their goals so that we can alleviate the stress or whatever's going on with their life. And it's an evidence practice that's proven to work very well. This packet's pretty much just, here's a packet, and then it allows you to help solve through problems, because a lot of times we can feel stuck. And this is pretty much a do-it-yourself kind of deal with Solutions Focused Therapy. It's like, okay, what are my problems? What are my rationale? How can I help him out? And it's a really great packet. I've used it once before, and it helps a lot when you're just really stuck. Same thing for Go Battle League. For example, if your problem is you're not gonna make Legend this year, there's always next Legend. There's always next year. And if Legend makes you feel worthless, well, not a lot of people really care about Legend. Do that many people really care about Legend, or is it that you care about Legend? And again, there's always Legend next year. So keep practicing, keep getting better, and keep trying, and you too will be Legend one day. But without further ado, you can find this in the description below, and this is my best ABB team for the Fighting Cup. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. This team is really simple to run. You lose the lead, you switch into Hakamo, and you Dragon Tail down to death because nothing really counters Hakamo. And your opponent isn't, if they're dumb enough, they won't throw their Hakamo into your Hakamo because you'll be like half a turn ahead, etc. As you see here, we get Shadow Machamp into your Buzzwole. So Buzzwole can actually tank technically Shadow Machamp wins the 2 shield. However, you can lunge. There's a lot of things you can do. As you see here, I debuffed this Toxicroak, and all I'm going to do is send in Hakamo. As you see here, all you have to do is literally Dragon Claw everything to death. I'm going to shield this one because it's likely a Sludge Bomb. Even though Toxicroak is debuffed, we don't want to eat a whole Sludge Bomb because we don't want to get farmed down. You're going to take a lot of damage in this cup, and as you see here, I'm forced to essentially double shield, but that's perfectly fine. I have 2 Dragon Claws queued up right here. I know I have Shadow Machamp, so Shadow Champ's probably going to come and try and farm me down. And, as I predicted, Shadow Machamp is coming in. Except Shadow Machamp has to expend both of its shields unless it wants to lose all this energy. Yes, they'll have an energy lead, however, I have Como in the back, so it doesn't really matter. Your eyes are gonna get clawed out regardless, and they send in a Poliwrath. Unfortunately, poor Poliwrath is literally going to get Dragon Tail to death. This is worse than any episode of Dragon Ball Z because your literally, I'm not even gonna obliterate you with a Kamehameha Wave. I'm just blasting you with, as you see, Dragon Tail does so much freaking damage. It's stupid. One Ice Punch won't kill a whole Komodo, and then it takes 2, but this is gonna drain this poor Poliwrath of all of its energy. All I have to do here is literally just fast move down. This is the thing about Poliwrath. Yeah, Ice Punch hurts, but as you see here, Mudshot doesn't do a lot of damage, and Dragon Tail sucks a lot. This is literally if you lose the lead against Say Switch and Hakamo, and here's a good example of it. Sneasel versus Buzzwole. This is a good point where you switch out because Buzzwole doesn't do really well against Sneasel or Sneasler. We get a Machoke, a Shadow Machoke, and my brain is like, is that a Shadow Machoke? Mind you, in order to get Cross Chop, this likely has Cross Chop, you have to use an Elite TM. I'm not going to spend an Elite TM on a Shadow Machoke. It's not that great. Double Dragon Tail is great. You know, like make Dragon Tail great again. I did not, that sounded really bad. Please don't. Oh my god, please don't. Oh man, that was really bad. Anyways, as you see, Machoke dies without ever getting move off, and it's like, oh, okay. And then we see Sneasel. The problem with Hisuian Sneasel and Sneasler is that both of them are very, very glassy, and aerially still takes a minute to get to, whether or not you're using Poison Jab or Dragon Tail. Not to say these Sneasler is overpowered because of the fact that Shadow Claw, there's nothing that really resists Dragon Claw in this meta other than Beware, and Beware loses to a lot of things, so you're probably not going to see a lot of people running it. As you see, they switch into Toxicroak. That's perfectly fine. This is like ABA double poison. Dragon Claw will go through, and my opponent's Pokemon are just supremely hurt. Even if this is a Sludge Bomb, it will kill, but that just gives my Buzzwole extra energy. Sludge Bomb goes through, KOs my Komodo. Here comes the big swole buff, you know, the fist pump of victory. And we're gonna hit you with the superpower, the United States of Smash, as in smash your entire elo, smash your entire soul. And why the heck is there's so many smashage? And as you see here, unfortunately, I'm the one that gets smashed. But despite that, even though we got smashed, we are still able to Dragon Tail to victory. And that was super close. Holy crap. I was like, oh, I'm glad I left Hakamo with plenty of freaking health left. Not really a lot of health left. As you see, we get a Hitmonchan, and my opponent is going to throw this black belt into my face. If someone gives up Switch against Buzzwole, most of the time you want to take the debuff, as you see here with Lunge. Most of the time they'll think it's a superpower, so they're shield, or if they're wrong and it's not a superpower, it hurts a lot, and it's going to allow you to farm down. The thing about Thoreau, though, is Thoreau doesn't get stabbed with Body Slam, so -1, even if this is this Body Slam isn't going to hurt a lot. So all we're going to do is we're just going to head and eat this Body Slam. Sorry, dude, you ain't Rey Mysterio, you're a Thoreau, and you're about to throw your opponent. My opponent's about to throw their Elo right now. Don't get me wrong, Thoreau works, but that's only if they are carrying Sneasel and Toxicroak. As you see here, I am not carrying either of them. I'm running Buzzwole Double Dragon, and this ABB team is freaking amazing. As you see here, we're just literally going to claw this poor Toxicroak's eyes out. I have shield advantage, and there's no mercy. Toxicroak takes out my poor Haka, but then Komodo comes back in. And because that Dragon Tail goes through, all I have to do is shield this one move, and then this should take out the Toxicroak. And now I have a whole Buzzwole and a whole freaking Hakamo. Or no, this is Komodo, not Hakamo. I'm getting everything so confused. They look the same, okay? One has a lot more decoration than the other one. I'm just saying. Oh my god. I played Sword and Shield. I caught a Komodo at one point, but like I didn't use it a lot. It went straight to the bag. I'm just saying. As you see here, we're just gonna I don't even need to fire this Dragon Claw. My opponent's probably gonna shield. They're probably not gonna shield unless they really want to. Alright, I have shield advantage. It doesn't matter. As you see here, I just lost track of everything. The strategy is simple. This is like double charm. My soul hurts. But you know what? It's the freaking Fighting Cup. It's the freaking Fighting Cup. The reason why double Dragon Tail is so dangerous is because nothing really stops it. I've seen a variation of this team where people are running both dragons in the front and Toxicroak in the back. You don't want to run yeah, that works, but at the same time, having both in the back like this is just a lot more efficient, just because you can save both. There's the 2 shield strats are just infinite. Plus, you can go ahead and debuff with Buzzwole. Well, that's if you have Buzzwole. I went to Go Fest, so I have Buzzwole, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately for me, but unfortunately for everybody else. So, as you see here, we're going to get Poliwrath thrown into us. Poliwrath does have Ice Punch. However, one Ice Punch is enough to take you out. So you can comfortably eat one Ice Punch, and then your opponent has to fire another one. It takes 2, unless you're like at half HP, in order to KO my Hakamo. So then I'm gonna eat this second one, drain this Poliwrath full of all its energy, and I still have a whole Kommo-o and a Buzzwole in the back. In this case, I'm sending in my Buzzwole, because even if I don't get the farm down here, this is likely just gonna be an Ice Punch, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat it. Which is perfectly fine. As you see, this is Ice Punch. I have a whole lot of energy on my freaking Buzzwole, and I'm gonna go so swole on this Hakamo, and it's going to, this is kind of, not gonna lie, this is gonna suck a little bit. Lunge goes off and we should debuff this Haka, and then because of the fact that it's debuffed, as you see here, all we're doing is Dragon Tailing the unholy crap out of our poor opponent. Our opponent doesn't want to switch out because you're just gonna take damage. Or just, on all honesty, I just have to really be careful whether or not my opponent's going to switch in or not. And it doesn't really matter because Toxicroak is so hurt anyways that even if they have to Dragon Claw my Kommo-o, and I still have a whole Buzzwole. All I have to do in this instance is, as you see, I'm not even tapping on anything. Even if they fire Dragon Claw there, all that would happen is that Buzzwole would just counter down. Fast move damage is king, and Caesar Senpai, you will not be my senpai on this day because I win the lead! Legend already made, and I'm trying to claw my way up there with this supremely broken team because Dragon Tail in this cup is obscenely broken. As you see, all we're going to do is we're going to stay in. Even if this is Ice Punch, I'm going to shield anyways. I just want to literally just counter down, or I'm going to eat one in general. Other than that, you resist everything this Primeape has to offer. I fire my Lunge. My opponent probably isn't going to shield, but I get to farm it down. I didn't really need a shield in general because I would have been able to farm down anyways. And we get a Toxicroak, which is kind of terrible. As you see here, I'm going to fire Superpower. The reason I'm firing Superpower is because even though Superpower is resisted, this still does a good chunk of damage. And our opponent is forced to shield, and all I do is send in Haka. Haka's doing its thing. It's literally just whipping the unholy crap out of this poor Toxicroak, and my opponent isn't firing, unfortunately. I fire Dragon Claw, this breaks the last shield, and now my opponent can Sludge Bomb me if they want. All I have to, I'm gonna still elect the shield anyways because of the fact that I want this Toxicroak to be energy dry, and even then I'm gonna be able to farm it down. You could set up some sweet farm down plays with Haka and Kommo, which is really freaking nuts, or even with Buzzwole if you take all the shields down, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. My opponent sends in the row, and then this is game, because all I'm gonna do is hit this Superpower. It's gonna do a lot of damage. All I have to do is Dragon Tail this port the row down. Nothing it has to offer will take out Kommo, and Kommo's might just be able to Dragon Tail down to victory anyways. As you see, I take out the Throw, and then the Dragon Claw claws my opponent's eyes out, and they just top left because they already know it's GG's. I hope you all enjoyed the battles. This team is disgustingly good. And that's game! As you see, this team is as brain dead as Double Charm is. Actually, it does require a little more energy management. Yeah, so I guess you could say it's a little better than Double Charm, but yeah, this team's, after I got used to it, I've been climbing like a madman because, like I mentioned, Hakamo and Kommo are just busted in this cup because they beat so many things in a two-shield scenario that are just a little bit of energy lead. It's stupid. And combined with their high attack stat, Dragon Claw's damage starts stacking up, and you can create a whole bunch of win conditions, especially if your opponent doesn't like shielding. Or most of the time, even if they use the shields all the time, you can keep them with one shield, or you can save your shields and just do literally just two shield strat your way to victory. If you don't have Buzzwole, I'll be featuring another team here that doesn't have Buzzwole, Sneasel, or anything like that. But definitely, if you have a Haka, you can compete in this cup, or a Kommo. But if you don't, it's a little rough. As you see, this team is just freaking nuts. And that was probably the fastest shoutcast I've ever done. That shoutcast was, I think when I looked over, 9 minutes long. But yes, the dragons in this cup are just broken because of the fact that Dragon Tail was buffed at one point, and now it's just a huge problem. I don't like this cup. I don't like this cup. It's super boring. A super boring meta that's basically just here to get your sets done fast. And that's pretty much it. You do have the extra battles though from that Worlds weekend or whatnot. So you have an extra 25 battles or 5 more sets. So that's a total of 125 extra battles. So if you've got the hang down a fighting cup and you're climbing consistently, especially if you have the mons that other people don't, or if you have dragons, you're gonna do really well for this cup. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I really do appreciate y'all. Again, I'll be streaming this starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I just got accepted to my new position, so I had to schedule my change a little bit. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be pretty consistent in the mornings. Good luck on your Go Battle sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.